you would handle the emphasis paintings if you're working digitally. I'm going to show you quickly at least a way of doing it in Photoshop. I know a lot of you are doing this in, you're using Procreate, which I'm sure has different options and different opportunities for you, but honestly, as you all know, I'm not a Procreate god, but at least I can show you how to do it in Photoshop, and maybe that helps you do it. Just it makes it a little bit easier. So what you want to start with is what your final output's going to be, which is your image size should be 7 by 11, as you see here. You got 7 inches tall, 11 inches wide, and it's just a blank document. Blank image, and what you want to make sure is that you have all 4 of your, I hate it when that happens, you have all 4 of your figure ground assignments ready to go, because you're going to basically layer them on top of each other to create a template that you can fill in. The analog students are going to be doing it with traditional, acrylic gouache and paintbrushes and stuff like that. You're all going to be doing it using the paint bucket tool. So first thing you want to do, make sure you have all of your finals of the figure ground assignments ready to go, and then basically you just want to open them up in Photoshop. So I will do that now. And what you're going to be using is the Trace Contour tool. Open up those 3. And where's the... Oh, I got the 4th one too. Oh well, we'll work with this one. So what you want to do is you're going to take... Let me zoom in on this so you can see it a little better. What you want to do is take your final image, and what you do is you're going to go into the Filters menu, okay? You want to go to Stylize, okay? And then Trace Contour down here, okay? Boom. You want to have it at like around 100, 104 is fine. And this is what it ends up looking like. So now you suddenly have an outline of all of your shapes instead of the solid shapes. You just click OK. Then you want to use the Magic Wand tool here, just to select, and you want to have the Magic Wand tool also at about 100 up here. That's the tolerance level. And just click down here like this. It activates all of these shapes, and then you just press delete, boom, and that's it. And now you just have an outline of all those shapes, and you're okay, and with a blank background. So you just deselect, so that one's all right, okay. Then I'm going to take this one, okay, a little more. There we are. And do the same thing. Now just filter, trace contour, same thing, magic wand, delete, great. Deselect, you're fine. Next, see, it's so easy. Anyway, here we go. Filter, trace contour, great. Again, you need to clear out all the white, delete, and you're fine. So what you want to do here is now you just layer these on top of each other on your, so I'm going to just select all of this, okay? And you're just going to lay it on just the blank template. Actually, I think I did it. Make sure I copied it. So you want to select all, okay, copy, paste, boom, all right. And then do it to the next one. This one, select all, copy, paste, there, okay. So now you're layering them all. And now this one, this is a simple one, but, so you select all, copy, and then paste. Great, okay. Now, this whole thing, it's not quite the right size, but you can see now what you have here is a template that is the outlines of all of your shapes from the figure ground assignments, and now you can just fill them in. As I say in the lecture, you always want to make sure that the things that you're emphasizing are the smaller shapes. So, and it could be any one of these. I like it when when you combine smaller shapes like this. So, oh, and you want to make sure, I'm sorry, when you're doing the, before you do the selection with the wand, you want to make sure that up here you select contiguous. Okay? I didn't have that I didn't have that selected before, and that was why I was able to easily select all of the shapes. But when you're doing the paint bucket tool, you want to make sure you're just using contiguous. So, okay. I also now want to flatten all this. So what happened when I used the filter for the trace contour, I created different layers. So now I just want to flatten the whole thing. So it's there. Okay. Flatten image, boom. So now it's all flat. So now I can go in with the wand tool and select like that, or that shape, or that shape. And let's say I'm going for creating the emphasis with dark grays on a lighter, with a lighter grouping around them. So I'll just go in here, go to my gray palettes. Yeah, I just got the gray palettes up here, so I'll just do that. Okay, and then go over here and select, I forget where it is. There, paint bucket tool. It's usually on next to the gradient tool. I've selected a dark gray. I go in here, boom, all right. Then I can do the same thing with the wand tool again over here. Use the paint bucket again. Yeah, boom, okay. Then maybe make this one black, which is totally okay. So I'm gonna, again, change my color to black up here. Okay, and do the paint bucket tool there. Whoop, oh, sorry, gotta use the wand first, boom, boom. And then use the paint bucket tool here. Great. Then what I would do is make everything around it all lighter grays. So I would use the lighter grays up here in my palette, and let's say we would just go like here. Let me deselect. So you can hear selected all of that, which is okay. Maybe down here, down here. See what I'm doing? It's like, boom, you can just hit it real quick like that. Maybe even go a little lighter. So I'm going to make it a little bit of a lighter gray. Okay, and get back in here, do it. Maybe even do a little white if I feel like, getting crazy. Actually, no, let me go white, white. All the way white. Make it really light. Right, boom, boom, boom. Now, I don't mind that you can see the little outlines here. It'll when you're adding the grays in, it will, it may cover up some of those lines. I don't really care if they're still there. The effect will still work. It will still create a focal point of emphasis. You'll still have the ground of either light, in this instance, with a dark grouping focus, or you can just flip that around and have these be the light colors and everything else is dark. So I think that it does it, but that should explain how to, basically take your 4 different figure ground assignments, turn them into outlines, lay them, layer them on top of each other, flatten the layer, and then just use the paint bucket tool to drop in light grays and dark grays. You can pull them up from your palette up here in Photoshop, or if you have a separate palette of your own of light and dark grays, you can use that too. Anyway, so that should do the trick. If you have any questions, let me know, and good luck.